This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Bikeworks HMB, your one-stop shop for bike service, sales, and rentals in Half Moon Bay, California. Whether you're on the mountain, road, or low on battery, Bikeworks HMB has your back. So come on down to 520 Kelly Street and come talk some shop with the boys. All right, I'm GT. Peace out. Enjoy this episode of the podcast.
Are we saying welcome back now? Because we just did our first episode, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Yeah. Well, welcome back to episode 2 of the Meet Your Host. Yeah.
Yeah. Who are we meeting?
I think it's me.
Yeah.
What's
This
up?
is episode 2. You got to meet David last time. Now you get to meet Ian.
What's
Ian
up?
Impink.
Yeah, I'm going to be one of the co-hosts. And
Mr.
the producer.
Elevator.
Yeah, Mr. Elevator, they call me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you, guys. And, yeah, I'm just happy to be here. I'm
He's
going to
the
make an
guy with the dials.
absolute fool out of myself. Should be fun.
Hell yeah.
All right, what are we starting with?
Similar thing. Did you play any sports growing up?
Yeah, I played everything. I tried every sport. I sucked at every one of them.
Walk us through it.
Yeah, soccer, tried it one day, didn't work.
What position did you play in soccer?
I was 4.
I don't even know. I don't even know why I asked.
Yeah.
Is that
I was-
defense or offense?
No, I was 4 years old.
Oh. I thought you were saying a position.
No,
You know,
no.
like basketball, you got like 1 through 5.
I was probably number 4 as well. I don't know. Yeah, I think
Nice.
I ran on the field and immediately was like, oh, there's a dog over there to pet, dude. Let me go. Yeah. So who knows? The coach was interesting. That's
Soccer.
That's
So
what we got out of
you
it.
sucked at soccer.
Sucked at soccer. I tried to play baseball, the American pastime. Best outing is 7 innings. Everyone knows it. Sucked at it. Took balls to the face. Still do. Awful. Just a terrible time, dude. Yeah, I played hockey, ice, and roller.
Oh, you played ice hockey too.
Yeah.
So in
I
Half Moon Bay, we have just a roller hockey, right?
Yeah.
Roller hockey rink at the high school that has a youth league. Nothing in high school, surprisingly. There's
Yeah,
no
we
high
don't-
school.
We
team.
don't have high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, our high school has a rodeo team.
It's very rare for somebody over here to play ice hockey.
Yeah.
I think Ian, you might be the only person I know.
No, we got a couple. We got a couple boys.
Carson
Mercy.
Harrison.
He's still playing. He's up in Hamilton, Ontario, playing his goalie.
Where would you guys play ice hockey?
I played in the city at Yerba Buena, so across from Moscone Center.
Oh, so it's like a club,
Yeah.
like an AAU basketball team.
I played mostly as an adult. Yeah, just playing like, I guess it would be club hockey. It's just beer league, and I was mostly there. Same thing, just happy to be here. Go sports, cheer on the boys. Let's go. Hop in the showers. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I did play one season of roller hockey in that youth league. It was like the off-season stuff where it's just like scrimmaging. One goal I scored was against my own team, so
Yeah.
kind of a big deal.
Savage.
I think the last game I played was during COVID. Probably, I think it was after Thanksgiving dinner. I went to Yerba Buena, packed up my gear. Probably haven't washed it since. Went out there and just sucked wind through a straw for like 20 minutes. There was like 8 of us, and I don't think I touched the puck once. It was just up down the ice the entire time. Just grinding, sweating through my gear, tossed it in the bag. It's in the attic.
So
It's, yeah,
are you a Sharks fan?
big Sharks fan.
Big Sharks fan.
Yeah, maybe not this year.
Yeah.
But-
Celebrini.
Celebrini, baby. Something to Celebrini about.
What's the first round draft pick? The young kid.
The Celebrini.
Oh, that is
Macklin,
Celebrini.
Yeah. So and his dad's the one that's the whatever it is, the fitness coach for the Warriors.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, they're
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're local.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
like
they're
more-
they're from British Columbia
Okay.
or somewhere up there. He's Canadian,
been here
but
for a
they've
while.
yeah. So his dad works for the Warriors, the basketball team in the city.
Wow.
Pretty interesting. He's like, I don't know what he does. He might be like a physical therapist or fitness coach. We'll have to look that up. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
But-
cool.
Yeah. Let's see. I raced motocross for a number of years. Dislocated both knees.
Dislocated both knees.
Yeah, it was fun. One was
Same
football.
crash or separate?
Football freshman year.
Oh, with
Backpedaling, not during a practice, not playing like
yeah.
safety or
Yeah.
like just backpedaling like I was in a drill, not protecting anything, not
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to play defense, just backpedaling and straightened my leg, dislocated it.
Wow.
Yeah, like 3 weeks
Like,
later, it was back together.
When you say dislocate, are you talking about like dislocating your kneecap?
Kneecap. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So left,
Ew.
right knee dislocated.
Which direction? Go
Well, it
up,
was-
down,
it was-
or
It was just out, dude. Like I went to the doctors. They shoved it back in. I couldn't bend my leg for like 2 weeks.
oh,
So
Is that your worst
toward-
injury?
probably, except for like 3 weeks later, there was a off-road dirt bike race up in
3 weeks after you just did your other one, and you raced a dirt bike and dislocated your other kneecap.
left leg. Coming around the corner.
Hold it, Jet Lawrence. Put your foot down.
It was the same thing he did. I didn't necessarily put my foot down. It was in Sacramento
Okay.
under a bridge. There was like like a 4 mile hare scramble, they call them.
Yeah,
So it was like a GNCC style off-road race. And I came around a sandy corner and there was like a homeless guy's TV. There's someone threw it off a bridge.
Oh god.
Dude, I just shoved my left leg straight into this TV.
Oh,
I dislocated the left. So
Ew.
luckily,
how was that? Because there's probably were you in a good? Was it like a populated part of the track, or were you kind of out there?
I was in
Scramble.
third, I think.
No, but like
There was
for
only
help.
probably 3 people racing. I just limped around. Like I
Just got
found a
back
way
on the
back.
bike and
Yeah, I didn't even fall off. I just shoved it, and just my leg went straight. And I think I was stuck in second till I got back to the pits.
Full on Jet Lawrence. Glendale.
Yeah, I didn't pull out.
yeah.
I don't pull out. So, yeah, that was tough. What else did I do? That might be it for sports. I've tried pretty much everything.
Did you play basketball?
Didn't play basketball. Got 2 left feet. Can't dance. I got dude, I got into bowling. Bought my own shoes. Never bought my own ball. So I wasn't that.
You do.
into it.
You
But
do
you're a
like
stick in golf.
Yeah, I do like golf.
Use a stick.
yeah.
I think I'm more on the equipment side. I've been the same handicap since I was like 12. I've never gotten any better, but I've gotten a lot more clubs.
Did you play golf when you were little?
Played golf when I was little.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I've played golf since I was a little kid. My grandpa was a big golfer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did you do the high school team at all?
Tried it. Didn't
like it.
Didn't like it. The coach at the time was just a tough guy. I don't know. We didn't see eye to eye on, and I don't know.
What are you?
So
what are you?
You
what are
missed out
arguing
on. You missed out on the free Ritz golf.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that now.
What were you?
Yeah.
What sort of things are you arguing about with a golf coach? Like, what are you going back and forth? That you didn't.
Just showing up.
Oh.
Just the etiquette of it, which is apparently
on time.
Yeah. No, apparently a huge part of it is just the etiquette of being at the golf course.
Yeah.
High school me was not the same person. I'm a different person every single year. I mean, you might have met me 2 years ago, and you're probably not going to recognize me. I had a mullet the last 3, and now I'm. Yeah.
He lives his personalities go with his hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, when you were in high school, what were you thinking about that you were going to do career wise?
I wanted to duck hunt so bad, like professionally. I didn't know if that was a job.
Professional duck.
Yeah, but the career I'm in now, which is servicing, building, repairing elevators. I knew from the time I was like a sophomore in high school, which is pretty much when I gave up, that that's probably what I was going to do. I mean, it wasn't immediately after high school because it's a tough kind of job to crack into. There's only like 1,300 of us in Northern California, from like Bakersfield to like Oregon, and then the coast to Reno. There's not very many of us.
Yeah.
So it's
How did you even? Because like growing up, I knew about union jobs and trade jobs.
Yeah.
I had
Like
never
electrician,
heard of that.
plumber,
Yeah.
all
I
that.
had never heard about it.
it's
until
kind of
you
a
started
weird
doing
one.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and you could probably ask. There's not a lot of people that work on elevators. I knew one person. They live south of town here, and she pretty much, she told me, I kind of inquired about it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this. I'm graduating from high school. I didn't take the SATs, didn't take the ACTs.
So you never wanted to go to college whatsoever?
No, I didn't get a diploma. I tried to go to community college afterwards.
Yeah.
I got my high school diploma equivalent or whatever. They let me walk, went in, took the placement test for community college, and they were like, well, you're going to have to go back to high school, basically. So they told me, like,
yeah.
I don't test well. I love to learn.
You basically did college through the apprenticeship, so.
I ended up doing college.
Yeah.
I got an AA out of it. But yeah, she told me basically, this lady that also worked on elevators, she was like, it's really hard. It's hard work. They're going to work you really hard. The chances of you getting in is super slim. Maybe be an electrician. That was just, that was just I was like, no, I'm gonna stick with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be an elevator guy.
How did you end up? What was your end like? How'd you get your foot through the door? What ended up happening
It's similar to how all the other union jobs go, which this is something that at some point in time we'll have a guest on and talk about. But there's a whole application process. There's a certain amount of people they take per year as far as applications go. You used to have to line up around a building, like
First come, first serve.
First come, first serve. The first time I ever signed up, it was for the Stationary Engineers Union. You had to line up around a hotel garden in like some random part of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Line up around the building, sign up, and where you were on that list and your test results all put you into the position you were going to be hired. So for this one, it was basically you sign up online. They take 1,000 applicants every 2 years. From there, you have to take a placement test. You have to score 70% or better, and then you get some bonus questions that go towards your overall score. And then you go in and interview in front of 2 guys from the field, 2 guys from the main union office.
Yeah.
They give you a score. I actually got lucky. So in shop class, which I took a lot of in high school,
We had fortunate to have a really good shop.
We did
here in
Yeah.
to the point where you could take 7 classes a year of shop. Like you could, it was great. So I think it was actually small gas engines. We got the CNC machine and we made this big wooden sign that was like 12 feet across for the local cemetery, and we CNC'd all the letters, painted it, and shaped this. It's the Oddfellows Cemetery.
Oddfellows, yeah.
Oh,
And then,
cool. Cool.
One of the guys that was in the interview happened to have a family member that was buried there and drove up and saw it all the time. It was super familiar with the sign, and I, kind of name dropped that, not at all knowing any of that information. I interviewed well, but he was like super, super cool, vouched for me.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah, it was super, super low odds.
Yeah.
And before that, I had been working in construction doing finished cabinetry with my dad for years. I think I was 21 when I got into this trade and graduated in 2013 at 18. So I was, I guess it was only 3 or 4 years that I had worked with my dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been at this for going on 8. There's a lot more to learn, but yeah, some days are tough.
Not a lot of people, lots of elevators.
There's a lot of elevators,
Lots of
and
elevators.
they're all over. I mean,
get-
it's San Francisco's huge. We have some that are just all over the place. Wherever the tall buildings are is where I go.
You get to do some pretty cool stuff, like when you get to go paid down to Pebble Beach.
There's some, so we do mostly residential. Just a little nugget there for you, but yeah, we do put most of them in houses. So it's high-end houses, 17-mile drive, pack heights in the city. There's a lot more home elevators than you would think.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's,
I mean, even my house has an elevator.
Yeah, David's house has
Oh,
an
that's
elevator.
right. Yeah. Does it work?
No, I need to.
I know.
I need to. I need to do some favors.
Is it literally just from the garage to?
It's from the garage to the second floor because it's like a disability elevator.
Yeah, it could be really useful.
Yeah.
As a pantry.
Yeah, especially when if
If we
David,
get that raised up, and then that door,
you'd have an elevator rave, dude.
elevator rave.
That'd
Yeah.
be sick.
Yeah. Don't get me and James in the elevator at the same time.
It's funny. Some of the jobs we do have are pretty easy. Some of them are tough, dude. Like today, we're tearing a huge elevator out. It's in the middle of a rainstorm. It's first week of February in California, and we're just getting pounded, dude. It's like I felt like I was in like a show at SeaWorld.
When you say ripping out an elevator, are you just breaking the box apart and cooling it out, and then how do you? So it's just like demoing.
Yeah,
You
there's
take it to the dumps and dump it. Or
Yeah,
what?
there's a lot to it, though. I mean, there's the easiest part is taking the cab apart,
Okay.
right? Everything else, the whole mechanical part behind it is incredibly intricate. There's high voltage, low voltage. You have controls, hydraulic. When we go to school, we have to learn like 7 different trades all at once. So we're learning electrical. It's a lot of physics. I mean, motor theory, difference in transformers, step up, step down, your Ohm's law. There's like a lot of stuff, which it's from what it sounded like. I hated, learning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that's like cool things to learn from physics when you're into something, and you actually want to learn it. So I mean, I've had to like cut and thread pipe, learn about hydraulics. There's a lot to it. So
I mean, we'll talk more obviously in future episodes of what your career is like and what that entails, what starting is like. But like,
Yeah.
how is it financially? Is it allowing you to live the life that you want to live, or like, are you happy with what you're getting financially? Are you growth? Like, is there a cap? How do you continue to proceed into your career?
Yeah, so the way the union works, you can always make more money, but you can never make less, basically. So everyone makes the same amount. There's a union pay per area that you're guaranteed to make per hour.
Yeah.
The union basically protects you, make sure you're making that amount, make sure you're getting compensated for every hour that you're not at home with your family, and it pays well. I mean, I do like a super, super healthy 6 figures a year.
Nice.
Yeah, to the point where we're in an expensive part of like the Bay Area, not quite the Silicon Valley, but we're, somewhere where I hypothetically could still purchase a home.
We live in an area where the Silicon Valley people want to live.
Yeah.
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 That's what makes it expensive.
I mean, I could very comfortably live in like a condo in the city.
Yeah.
It's just something about this area growing up here.
Yep.
It's
hard to leave.
It's home. Yeah. And it's
hard to leave, hard to stay.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's a fun little game.
The median home price here is probably 1.5 million.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's brutal.
Just crazy because like you talk to like my grandma or somebody, bought their house for like they were one of the later like of old school people in town, one of the late moves, and they bought their house for like $150,000. It's like
you could buy a nice 3 and 2 for like 40 grand back in the day.
Yep.
And it was a brand new house.
Yeah. Well, so how long were you racing dirt bikes? What'd you do? Were you doing it more for fun, or were you trying to do it pretty seriously? What were you?
I don't think I ever had a intention of doing it seriously. I think kind of, and similar to how you had, we'll get more into that, but I think my parents never pushed me to do anything that I didn't want to do.
Uh-huh.
I think it was more down to me, which I look back at it and I'm like, well, it would have been kind of cool to have someone like yell at me and like, hey, why aren't you better at this? But at the same time, you kind of lose interest in similar to like listening to how David fell in love with biking. It's, if you love it, you're going to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Same way with my career. I love what I do for work. I loved riding dirt bikes. At some point in time, I just fell out of love with a lot of things. Golf's something that's just like easier on the body.
Yeah.
It's so accessible. Everyone can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Just so frustrating.
Right when you think you're getting good, you got to go back to the
golf sucks.
Golf sucks.
Yeah.
It's the best sport ever.
David has a tattoo about that, dude.
Yeah. Like to see this.
Yeah. Who's a dream guest that you could have on? That if you could just sit anybody across from you to talk to and hear their story and talk to them about it, well, who would it be?
Dead or alive? Is it like,
I'll roll with dead. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah.
I think it would be crazy to. No, I don't know. That's a good question though. I don't know.
Abraham
Lincoln. Someone
That would be fucking crazy.
Dude, that
You just get shot.
Yeah. Oh, dude, could you imagine? I would. No, I was thinking about that earlier. It's like if you could go back in time and go back to their time at your age.
Yeah.
Right. What year would you go back to? Who would you want to hang out with? And what would you want to do with them?
Yeah.
Right, dude. It's like I would love to go back to the 70s and go surf with Betty White. I can't surf. I don't
Was
know.
Betty White a surfer?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. Just get her out of her element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, dude, like a downhill mountain bike race with Michael Jackson.
That would be pretty funny, honestly. I don't think he'd make it very far.
No, probably not. But I wouldn't want to do it any younger than I am now.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. Not
What,
that I have a,
What about coolest place you've traveled to?
Coolest place I've traveled to is we did a whole Europe trip, and Amsterdam was hands down like the best place.
Yeah.
That flight in was crazy. So I was 24 on the day I flew into London. I do not fly well, right? So I was like, well, someone gave me like CBD melatonin gummies. I took those before I got to the airport, but I get anxiety, right? And I was like, oh, I got to make sure I knock out on this flight, dude. It's 12 hours. I took those, and then I was like, well, let me take these weed gummies before I get on this plane. Who knows if they're going to like search my bag. I don't know if I can take these. I'm going to a different country.
Yeah.
I'm going to a different continent. Let me take these right before TSA. I had like half an hour before I went through TSA because I got there real early. And I started freaking out, so I took half a Xanax.
Oh, gosh.
And I got on the plane finally, made it through security, I think. And they were like, "Yeah, can we get you anything to drink, dude?" I'm in the very back row. I'm the only person sitting. No one on my left, no one on my right. I'm like kind of early to board. I don't know how I got on before anyone else that was in the back row.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I'll just take it was either a glass of wine or a Jack and Coke," but my memory is a little fuzzy at this point.
Yep.
But I know it was a drink.
Yeah.
And dude, I woke up like on a kid that had just graduated from high school in the seat next to
Sleeping on
me
him?
in London.
Oh, my gosh.
And they were like, "Oh my God, he's alive." Dude, I was like, yeah. So that was like the last time I think I'd slept for 12 hours. So I don't recommend the drugs, but it was a great, like you saying you couldn't,
Stout,
yeah,
yeah.
you saying you couldn't sleep on a flight. Dude, I can't
Yeah.
not sleep on flights.
Is that something that kind of led you to live the sober lifestyle that you're living now? Because you have been pretty much sober. I mean, at time to
Yeah.
time, you'll have a drink for a special occasion, but for
Yeah,
the
I
most
got some
part,
slip ups.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Like for the most part, you're totally sober, and that's really
Yeah, I went sober for
Yeah.
almost 2 years. I got iced. And that
brought the dog back.
yeah, that's automated. And then I went on a little bit of a heater, dude. I drank like 3,000 beers at a bachelor party right after, and then we went to the golf trip, and I was like, well,
Keep the ball rolling.
I'll have one. I think I did just have one that time too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you had one.
No, I've always admired that about you, is how you've been, because it's just a will, right? Like I'm doing it right
Yeah.
now, and I can still feel like come weekend time, you're not doing much, and it's like, what are the friends doing? What are the guys doing? And then you kind of meet up with guys, and they start drinking, and you're like,
Then we go on a bike ride, and it's
yeah.
like,
yeah,
Howie's.
yeah. Then it's like
How?
PJ has a
Yeah.
backpack full of beer, and he's like, you want one? And
Yeah.
no.
I might have like zero talent, but I have a lot of will.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I
That's
can
a much
try it.
better quality to have it.
I can try anything I do, I try as hard as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather have no talent and work harder than
Yeah.
anybody.
It sucks
to
that you
have
got the
all the
exact
talent.
opposite of that.
What?
I said
Me?
it sucks that you got the exact
Oh,
opposite of that.
I got a good
all the talent in the world.
I got I got a good mixture. I still work hard.
You-
Golf.
yeah, golf's fun.
Yeah, there's a
Sucks.
reason there's a handicap, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd like to think I'm not a sandbagger, but everyone says I am
In golf?
in golf.
No, dude, you're fine.
No,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every time I try to play with Nico, he's like, "Oh, I'm at 19 handicap." I'm like, "I'm a 24." 'Cause I'm legit. I enter every score and I miss a lot of putts.
yeah, yeah.
I'm a 24.
Dude, that's the worst part is like if you're hitting good and then you get to the putting green and you're like, oh, everything else has been going good, and then you like 4 or 5 putt. It's
Yeah.
like this fucking game.
And that's where like I don't keep track of my handicap at all. But like when people that are, more serious keep track of their handicap and they ask me, I just say 20. I feel like 20 is a good like blanket answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that is like, I break 100 pretty much every time I go out,
Yeah.
but sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you get down to somewhere where you're like, if someone goes, "Oh, I'm a 13," dude, you got to prove it.
Yeah. Oh, for
You're
sure.
like, that's pretty close to a single digit.
Anything
like-
below 15.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's like,
Come on.
And when Willie
Yeah.
tells me that like, his handicap is officially like, if Willie just told me that his handicap was 9, I'd be like, yeah,
Well, Willie's just like insanely good.
yeah,
he's just so consistent.
Anything he says in golf,
I
I believe he could tell me some stupid thing, and I'd be like, really, that gets you good at, okay, I'll do it.
I come back home the other night, and I guess it was yesterday morning, and was just chatting with him, catching up, my roommate Willie, and of course he's immediately like, dude, I changed my grip, changed my golf grip. I'm doing the Scotty grip now. Like my thumb's going from this to this. Fucking
so technical. With
right
it.
on,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Right on.
But if it works,
That's not me. That's not.
Yeah.
I just swing my swing, and that's that.
I just like to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been a competitive person. Like the only time I've ever been competitive is if I really like to be competitive with Gavin. Actually, I love being competitive with you.
One of the
Just
first
because
times
I
I
know who you are.
one of the first times I played golf with Ian, Nico freaking told him that I talk a lot of shit, and I talk a lot of shit to
Yeah.
Nico.
Yeah.
And then we start playing, and he's chirping me, and I'm like, what is going
Just
on?
the meanest shit talk.
I'm like not even really talking back, and he's just talking and talking, and then finally I hit a good shot. I was like, yeah, fuck. I said something to him. I was like, shut up, like that. And then
Yeah.
he just kept chirping it. I was like, dude. And then I found out Nico told him that I talk a lot of shit. And I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gavin must have thought I hated him for like the first 3 rounds of golf we played.
I was just
was
confused. I was like, because obviously I knew you,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that you chirped like that.
I've known you since I was a little kid too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember you, dude, one of my like earliest memories is when you guys had the RV racing dirt bikes. And I remember your dad gave us a Monster Energy drink, dude. It was fresh out the fridge. I was like, oh, this is awesome. We're looking around the RV and I'm like, oh, dude. I was like, this guy's dialed. And you must have been like 6. I don't know.
Yeah. For us out, right? Yeah.
Gav drinking claws in the morning, little Monty action. 6 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really talk much about us in particular. I'm going to be 30 this year. You guys are 25?
Yep.
Yeah.
25, same birthday.
Yeah.
I never went to college. We went over that.
Yeah, but you didn't
You
do
know,
college in your own
yeah.
way. You just did trade school college.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still in education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We're going to have 3 varying degrees, or, degrees of education
Yeah.
and kind of 3 different personalities. So I'm
And just-
excited for this.
3 different routes, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 pretty
Sure.
different routes in life. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I asked David this too, but if you could have, what do you think your job in the 1700s would be?
Yeah, it's a bad question for me. I think I probably would have been like just a guy that died in a war. Like, I think I probably would have just shown up and just did what someone told me to do because I thought it was the right thing.
Just say you would have been like a fur trapper.
Dude,
Something.
you
Trapping fur.
Trapping furs.
Yeah.
I could totally see you with a little storefront selling something.
Selling them at the mercantile.
Selling sausage or
Selling
something,
snake
dude.
oil.
Yeah. I'd be like, I'm inventing this new thing, podcasting.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
No, I don't know what I would do, but I don't think I'm the type A personality where I'm going to go out and try something unless someone else had the idea first,
Yeah.
right? I don't think, I'll push whatever forward as
Yeah.
hard as I can.
You find
But-
stuff and you fall in love with it and then you pursue it.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll pursue. Like I said,
Yeah.
I have more will than anyone. I'll follow something as hard as I can as long as there's a reason to push it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
yeah. If someone was like, "Hey, you're gonna go sell socks to soldiers," I'd be like, "Yeah, let's. I'm gonna sell
All right.
every single sock in this country. Like it's the 1700s. Am I in the U.S.?
You could be anywhere you want.
Yeah. I mean, when did we come to the U.S.? What year did Columbus land here?
That was like 1600s, wasn't it?
Dude,
Wasn't it like 1690s something?
1692.
You're the only
Columbus.
college degree. You tell
Yeah.
me.
Fuck, I didn't. Wasn't a history major?
Yeah.
When
No, history baffles me, dude. I'm bad at history. I'm bad at books. Books are hard. I'd like to leave my legacy someday, but it's not going to be by way of book.
way off, 1492.
Okay, so the U.S. has been around for a while.
Well, that was when, not the U.S. That's when the Americas come.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Okay.
the U.S. is after.
How did
Yeah.
Canada end up with their spot, dude? They kind of
1776.
fucked.
Like,
Yeah.
U.S. But
Okay.
But I mean, like, there's been expeditions and like fur trapping and everything like that for a long time in the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably
That's
be,
why.
yeah.
That's why the Native Americans are called Indians, because he thought he was going to India.
Good to know.
Dude
Okay.
just got drunk on rum and fucking.
Took off the wrong way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I love a good history lesson, so thank you.
Not a history podcast.
Yeah.
Not
Nowhere near it.
not
We'll talk
not a
about
history
it.
podcast.
No.
Who's your favorite comedian right now?
Favorite comedian right now. It's either Ari Shaffir. He's always a funny one.
He seems
Kinda-
right up
kinda-
your alley.
He's kind of
Yeah.
edgy. I always thought Daniel Tosh was funny.
I thought you were gonna say Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I'm a big
I
Theo
know you
fan.
love him.
I think of him more as a podcaster than a comedian. I know he gets
Yeah.
on tour and everything. I've seen Bert Kreischer. There's some funny people that like. I don't, Anthony Jeselnik's funny, but he's got a lot of like dead baby jokes that are kind of hard to stomach.
See,
Yeah.
That's what I've always been a big fan of Tom Segura.
Tom
like,
Segura's
like he's just easy
Yeah.
and he's funny.
That
He's
dude that
hilarious.
just
He could
He-
just tell a story.
Yeah.
For,
Yeah.
yeah.
the dude that just he keeps hosting SNL now, and he
Yeah.
just Nate Bargatze.
Yeah,
Bargatze.
dude, he's funny.
He's hilarious.
He's got some shit going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
There's a lot of local comedians too that are really good.
Around here?
Just like Sacramento
Have
area.
you,
Oh, yeah.
Have you gone
The
to
Comedy Shark Night.
Yeah. Do you ever go to Comedy
Yeah.
Sharks?
Yeah, I love that.
Where's that at?
It's a Hop Dogma.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be
Comedy
fun
shows on
too.
Thursday nights.
It's like for third Thursday of the month.
Oh, cool.
It's a blast.
That'd be fun to
Dude,
go
it's
to.
so fun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun things, but Thursdays is your cornhole day, so
Dude, deep in Cornwall.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I could totally see you picking up if you played.
If I start playing, like,
Yeah,
it's
should.
every single day of the week, dude. How long have I been texting you saying I want to go kick field goals?
Yeah, I tried to get you out there.
Yeah, and
I don't know
You
what
just want to
happened.
go kick field goals?
I bought footballs.
Yeah. And I've started working out a couple kids on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
Really fun. I'm kind of like, I'm throwing.
Coach Gav.
Dude, so fun throwing again. But I've been texting him when I go most of the time. I'm like, hey, you want to kick field goals? Like, meet me up here. And he was like, okay. He was all fired up. And then I think, Nico couldn't go.
Yeah.
So we were like, because Nico told him that he could make a field goal from the 35-yard line, and both of us are like, bullshit, dude. That's a 45.
Yeah, I was gonna say 45 yards. Yeah.
And he's like, I was like, have you kicked before? And he's like, no. I was like, you should not make one for that, dude.
I don't think I could throw a ball 20 yards.
We got to find out.
Yeah.
I think you could.
Yeah,
You got
maybe a
that.
golf ball.
You got that.
That's still a ball.
It's still a ball. A ball's a ball, dude.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything else, or you want me to ramble for a minute?
Yeah, you can ramble for a minute.
Yeah.
Dude. Let's hear it. Tell us more about you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm a big fan of food.
Yeah.
I can't stop eating.
You are a big food.
What's
guy.
your favorite meal? If you could sit down, like last meal.
Anything at last meal, like
Last
death row meal. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
peanut butter and iceberg lettuce on white bread.
That's
Ooh.
fucking psycho for your last meal.
And
Peanut butter and iceberg lettuce.
Your last meal.
on-
You could go for filet mignon,
Is that
scallop potatoes, and
No, I'm going full psycho on this. Peanut butter and iceberg lettuce, dude. If you haven't tried it,
you
gotta
deserve
try
to be on death row. For
I was gonna say, if you're gonna die, you might as well eat
it.
something.
How would you guys?
outrageous?
How would you guys want to die if you were on death row?
If I was on death row,
Like firing squad, electric chair.
I'd rather have them.
firing squad would be pretty sick.
I think it would be
pretty wild.
fun if they took you up at gunpoint to the top of the Empire State Building and they just said jump.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It'd be
Do some
fun if you
flips on
already
the way
know.
down.
Oh my
I
God.
don't
Some
know.
flips on the way down, and then you just hit. And you
that's crazy.
don't feel it.
I like
That's
Greek
crazy.
food.
Dude, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
5 days in Greece,
Yeah. No Greek food.
no euros,
Oh,
not a single euro.
damn,
Yeah.
damn. That was
And I love
Turkish.
euros too.
Yeah.
Turkish food's really good.
Turkish food. There's a local company or a local family here that does Turkish food on Main Street.
What is your
See ya.
favorite local restaurant?
Yeah.
See you fucking later.
Oh, I've had that place on Main Street. Yeah. That's good.
Dude, there's so much good food here.
Yeah, but
Chick-
what's
the
your
chicken shawarma wrap?
if you're taking
Oh.
a lady on a date?
Oh,
Where are you
Mezzaluna.
going? Mezzaluna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If
cool.
I'm eating
That's a good
for me
choice.
and someone
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
If I'm
That's a good
going
choice.
out to go somewhere convenient that I know has good food every time, it's the barn.
Yeah.
Go get a burger.
Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. Claire
if-
and I meant to go there when we were house sitting.
yeah. You guys still haven't gone to the sushi place here, right?
No.
No.
yeah,
Hangatsu?
No,
It's like
no,
a-
You guys haven't been?
I
no.
gotta take Claire
That's got to be the best sushi I've ever had.
Wow.
I've never been to Japan.
there. You're also just like really good at. It's called networking. I don't like to say networking because sometimes I feel like that has like a fake.
No, I will
meaning to
talk
it.
to anybody.
But you're
talk,
good
yeah.
about meeting
Good at talking.
people.
Yeah.
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 I think every single person is my friend, dude. I like every single person's Instagram story.
Yeah.
I have no boundaries. I have no idea what it's like to be just a normal person that just takes like and gets nervous around people.
Yeah. That's totally.
I
cool.
will walk
That's
up
good.
to any single person and be like, "So what do? You're a tow truck driver? That's crazy, dude. How long? What's the craziest car you towed?" You know, I just I don't care. I'll ask anybody anything.
No, you're super good about
Yeah.
talking to people.
I think it makes people nervous. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I strive to get the middle seat on the airplane.
That's
Like
crazy.
I'll sit between couples and bother their whole flight.
Yeah. He might end up on death row. one day.
Yeah. Completely random. If you go to a casino, what are you sitting down at?
I'm just
Great
gonna
question.
yeah. I'm walking in. I don't like to gamble unless I'm gambling for something that's worth my while, right?
Okay.
So if I'm winning or losing something, it's got to be something that's gonna like either deteriorate my week, like it's got to be a whole check. So I'm sitting down.
like all
I'm sitting down and putting like a couple grand on a black or red on roulette.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go to the
That's-
casino with you.
Yeah,
That's-
it takes
that is-
3 seconds.
That is a big
Yeah.
dick
Figure out
move.
So do you kind of
That's a
do you-
big dick move.
do you walk
Yeah.
around and like watch your friends gamble for a little while in the night? Then you're like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to the table.
I usually
I'm
walk
doing it.
around. Yeah, I'll usually walk around and try to find a place to eat, dude. I like some people get addicted to things.
Casino food is terrible.
Yeah, but dude, I
Casino
love
food is
food. I don't, dude. I
Yeah.
don't really care. I
Yeah.
will sit down and eat, and then immediately think about how I'm gonna get my next meal. Like I'm a guy that's in the
You like to
1700s hunting.
Dude, if that's the case, we got to get you in a more active sport.
Yeah,
Gonna swell up as we get older, dude.
Golf course. Are you going hamburger, hot dog, or chicken Caesar wrap?
I'll take all three. Give me three. I don't drink, dude. I'll take last time in a Twix. Like, give me whatever.
Yeah.
I'll burn it off at some point.
Yeah.
I roll over like 3,000 times in my sleep.
There you go.
Dude, I'm the
That's
most
your activity.
restless guy. My job requires me to run up and down 1,200 stairs a day.
Yeah, that's good.
Every time I'm going to fix an elevator,
Never even thought about that, dude. You're taking out the form of transportation that doesn't make you walk,
Yeah.
so you have to walk all the way up.
I should take my phone with me and see how many flights of stairs I do, but it's got to be 120.
Just get one of these watches.
Yeah, I don't want wrist cancer, you idiot.
Yeah, that's true. It is burning under my wrist. Should probably spend some time without it.
But no, dude. I mean, we were unloading the truck, dude. Yeah, today was tough. We're soaking wet, dude. I was like, early show, like a manatee matinee, dude. Just soaking wet like a sea animal all day.
It's a big storm right now.
Oh, it's crazy.
Well, not anymore. It's done for now.
I mean, shit, I jumped out of my car, got a parking spot like 3 spots away from the Safeway front door, hopped out of my car and ran in and was like, I'm drenched.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible.
And then you're drenched for the whole rest of the day. If you're at work,
Yeah.
like, it doesn't matter. And then you're driving home, the windows are fogged up, and everyone's like, oh, wonder what's going on in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a wet dude.
Yeah.
It's just running the heat. They got no AC in there, so it's just fogging up the whole window.
Then you start sweating.
Yeah.
My house still hasn't turned the heater on.
Yeah.
Your house stays so warm.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, it's pretty fucking cold in there right now.
Cool.
All right.
Well,
You got any other questions? Anything else? Anything to end it out?
I asked you everything I wanted to ask you.
All right.
Anything?
I'm good.
Good. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
That was Ian.
Thanks for checking in.
Hope you guys enjoyed meeting Ian.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't, I don't care.
See you next episode when he's on death row eating his last meal.
Hope you enjoyed that episode of the podcast. Once again, we're brought to you by Bikeworks HMB, your one-stop shop for bike service, sales, and rentals in Half Moon Bay, California. Whether you're on the mountain, road, or low on battery, Bikeworks HMB has your back. If you enjoyed this episode of the podcast and would like to support, please reach out to us at betweenshiftspod@gmail.com. The link will be in the description. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. GT signing off.